It's like yes and no. It's there's not a direct answer to that. And what I mean by that is, cryptocurrency is so new. It's this industry that some people are saying it's going to be it's the future. And what's happening right now isn't like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, this is a once in a existence opportunity that's happening. And so when you have something like that that's got so much momentum, I mean, we just hit, for example, we just hit over a $2 trillion market cap in crypto by itself, which is insane money. So to say, like, is it a scam? Well, no. $2 trillion coming from banks and investment firms and individuals wouldn't be putting their money into something on that level if it was a scam. But are there people who, because of all the hype, taking advantage of people that don't know like what's going on? Absolutely. So there's a lot of things that you want to look out for to avoid any scams. I don't know if they're particular to the state of Utah or outside of the state of Utah, but you mix day trading and crypto, and you're likely going to find someone out there who's falsifying claims, taking money from individuals and trading it, maybe not getting registered properly, or even running a Ponzi, right? Just an outright Ponzi. And it's not the industry, it's the people. It's not necessarily the vehicle. It's, if there's money there and there's hype, there's always going to be someone with a black cloak that comes in and abuses it. And unfortunately, you've got to look out for that stuff, because there's a lot of good when it comes to cryptocurrency, and you just don't want to get stuck in a scam. I mean, because they do exist for sure. In day trading, there can be all kinds of scams. The ones I would look out for the most, the ones I hear about the most often, is your lack of transparency in what's happening. Like, I would say that's the biggest way people get scammed in anything, is they go on trust, or they go on feelings, or they go on some intuition, something that's just not factual, and they're just not seeing the picture. So the things I would look out for around day trading and scams would be like giving your money to someone blindly and not actually seeing the transactions that are happening, not actually being verified return statements, and just trusting that like something they handed you is actually real, when in fact it could be falsified. It could, I hear stories about people that come to us all the time who they've given tens of thousands of dollars to someone only to find out that they weren't even trading it. They weren't even day trading it the whole time. And so it's like, yes, that's going to be a scam. That's going to leave you in a bad position. But ultimately, that person's going to get caught also. They're ultimately going to be in violation of the law. They're going to get caught at some point. A lot of times we call these Ponzi's. And you just don't want to get stuck in the middle of that, because ultimately you're just, I don't want to call it donating, but you're just giving your money away at that point. So transparency would be the biggest thing I'd look for in anything that has to do with day trading. Transparency, testing, the more control you have, like if it's you day trading, obviously that's going to be safer than someone else day trading for you, just because you eliminate that risk. You eliminate the risk of them running off with your money, or not trading it at all. I've never been trading it. But at least you're doing it, that risk is gone. And then it's like, okay, got it. Well, I'm going to do my own trading. Well, how do I eliminate any scams that might happen there? Well, the only type of scam that would be happening would probably be one to yourself. Like, you didn't take enough time to test your system. You didn't take enough time to like back trade or actually verify that like what you're doing was going to make sense. Or I don't even know if you'd call it a scam, but it's just really just a bad practice. Like, you just go in too hard, too heavy on an intuition or a whim, rather than starting light, and just doing a little amount, $1,000 versus 100,000 to test it and to see if it's actually going to work. Where so many people, I want to say, scam themselves by just going in too hard, too heavy in specifically with day trading. And a lot of the factors that motivate those decisions are costs. Like they get too heavy in their investment in costs, or they get, maybe they spend a bunch of money in education and they feel this force. They're like, oh, I've got to make that back every day, or I've got to like cover this old thing that happened in the past. And it's like that motivation will scam yourself into breaking your own rules, breaking things that are much higher in risk than something that you could easily have tested for $10, but now you invested $100,000. And why? Only to experience more risk, right?